everybody, we're back with another video. Today's topic is shopping. Today we're gonna show you what kind of gifts and souvenirs you can purchase when you're traveling to Istanbul. In this video we will not focus on international brands, we will not go to malls, but we'll go to the bazaar and we'll go to the bazaars and we'll show you more traditional products like carpets, home decor and even food. We wanted to do this video for a long time, and actually one of you guys reached out to us and sent us an email recently reminding us to do this video. So special thanks to Mark Andre for giving us this idea, and let's go, let's dive right into it.
And everybody knows that Turkish textile is very popular all around the world. And if you are in Istanbul, if you are in Grand Bazaar, one of the most traditional products about textile you can buy is scarf and shawl. We came to Ottomano and we are with Mr. Cüneyt, and Cüneyt will give us some information about the scarves and Turkish patterns.
Welcome to our store. Almost 45 years old, we do this business, family business.
Because on the walls I saw some photos.
A Hollywood celebrity came here
Wow.
to visit us. As you see, we are scarf store. We are professional about this subject, scarves. Cashmere, silk, and some brands, silk and cashmere together woven. We do have, for example, 100% silk, even material from Turkey, pure silk from Bursa. We have also very special and very rare material, cashmere mat. This is very special material, very rare material, specifically from neck part of the goat, from baby goat, including beard and neck part. And comes this yarn.
Oh, Emre, have you heard about something like this?
Very light.
Baby
soft,
goat,
keeps
beard.
warm.
Wow, that's amazing.
We do have almost
That's
400
amazing.
colors. Some we do have baby cashmere and silk embroidery on it, silk stitch. Very traditional Turkish work. We don't have any copy brand, we don't have any copy name, we don't have any copy scarf. We have also our own production.
But are these handmade?
Stitch. You know what's the point? Very light and soft, very light, but at the same time keeps quite warm.
Oh, really?
That's why it's very special, yeah. For keeps warm, it doesn't have to be thicker.
If you like to buy any gift to your sister, mother, daughter, and a scarf, I believe is the best option. If you'd like to see these beautiful products, Cüneyt and his shop is waiting you. Look how beautiful. Thank you. Now we are going to next stop. Thank you for this information.
One of the most original products you can buy from Turkey is ceramic and ceramic tiles. When you visit any mosque, any palace, fountain from 14th to 17th century, in Turkey, not just Istanbul, but you will see that they're all decorated with thousands, tens of thousands of beautiful ceramic tiles. You might have already heard of the world famous Iznik tiles, but that's not the only place that produces tiles and ceramic in Turkey. Today we are right now in the oldest ceramic shop in Grand Bazaar, and we'd like to show you what kind of beautiful products they have.
Such a long time I am here, more than 40 years I do. Continue to make nice heritage like what we have got since 16th century.
And frequently asked question, Hakan, do local shopping in Grand Bazaar? We have hundreds of reasons to come to Grand Bazaar, but one of the main reasons actually is jewelry. Turkish people love jewels, gold, diamonds, and when you come to Grand Bazaar, you will see hundreds of jewelry shops next to each other. And some of you know that the prices of jewels in Türkiye is more reasonable. And now we came to visit Mr. Gürkan, and we will ask him why is it more reasonable in Türkiye? Is there any quality difference or something? What's the reason of it?
No, I can tell you exactly your question. Because in the world, gold is gold, diamond is diamond, same like all over the world, average. Only different, in Turkey, work value reasonable, and luxury tax also reasonable too. I can give you one example. For example,
Emma, could you please show it?
For example, this is setting of working. For example, we are paying for master value, one stone setting $1 we are paying here. Armenian masters. In
Most
Europe,
jewelers are
yeah,
Armenians here.
yes.
Armenian
It's very
here in
popular in the
Grand
world. And also we are paying $1 per one stone for
Yeah.
setting. For example, in Europe, 3-4 euros. In America, $5. And for example, who make this master this ring, I pay $500. In Europe, 900 euros. In America, $1,000. That's why reasonable Turkey jewelry, and including everything, gold and diamond quality, everything is more reasonable from all over the world in Turkey. And we are going to give you certificate, everything.
I got it.
Yes.
I got it. Even I didn't know why are the prices more reasonable in Turkey, so it's
That's
a great explanation even for me. If you love jewels, Grand Bazaar is waiting you, and hundreds of shops next to each other, and we are in Şimşek Diamond, and Mr. Gürkan is here. There are lots of famous jeweler brands inside the bazaar, also, right? Because this is one of the oldest job in this bazaar. Now you know the story in Grand Bazaar for jewels.
Bye bye.
And of course, we cannot talk about gifts from Turkey without mentioning the famous Turkish delight and baklava. Turkish delight is one of the most popular foods you can buy from Turkey when you're going back to give as a gift. Turkish delight comes in many shapes and forms. It can be plain with one flavor. This flavor could be a fruit flavor, could be mint, or it could be filled with nuts. Here you can see Turkish delight before it is sliced into cubes that look like this, right? Now, when you want to buy Turkish delight and bring it back home, they will give you a package like this. In some shops, they will have just like paper boxes, but in some shops like this one, for example, this is the famous Hafız Mustafa. You probably have heard of this brand, and they have tin boxes, which is more durable, more hard for like a suitcase. And on top of that, you can ask for them to make a vacuum as well. That way, you can be sure that it's not going to spoil anytime soon, and it's not going to leak. Well, Turkish Delight doesn't leak anyway, but if you're buying something else, like maybe a baklava that could leak through the box, it might be a good idea to vacuum it. But then you might ask, Emre, what about baklava? I want to buy some baklava and bring it back home. Now you can, but just you should know that baklava spoils a lot faster than lokum. Lokum can stay up to 3 months if it's vacuum sealed, but baklava will start going bad after 4 or 5 days. So if you're planning on buying baklava, I would advise you to do it on the last day. Baklava, unfortunately, you cannot keep it for a long time and give it as a gift, but Turkish Delight for this is a much better option. If you buy baklava, it will also come with a tin box packaging like this. And again, like Turkish Delight, it has quite a bit of variety as well. So you can have with pistachio filling, with walnut filling, even with chocolate, and there's even something called a cold baklava, which is a milky dessert. Of course, Turkey is known for all kinds of incredible sweets and desserts, but to buy as a gift, Turkish Delight remains to be the most popular one to this day. If I go abroad, I would buy some Turkish Delight with me as well, as that will be the safest and most traditional option to give as a gift from Türkiye. My personal favorite are the milky desserts. I'm a huge fan of milky desserts, but the problem with the milky desserts, they spoil really fast. So unfortunately, you have to consume these in 3 days, including the production date. So if you buy it today, if it's produced today, you have to finish it in 2-3 days. So I wouldn't recommend buying any milky dessert as a gift. But when you're here, during your travels, try more than just baklava and Turkish Delight. Try, for example, a quince dessert. Try a pumpkin dessert. Pumpkin dessert is one of my all-time favorites. Look, we have, for example, this dessert. It's a kazan dibi, which means the bottom of the pot. But if it's not caramelized, it's also called chicken breast because it actually has chicken breast meat inside. And this is tri leche. This is actually Mexican, but it's very popular in Turkey as well. And then we got puddings, cakes. Now, I prefer eating these kind of sweets, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna buy milky desserts when I bring as a gift to my friends and family if I go somewhere else. In the future, we will also make a dedicated video about Turkish sweets.
If you are coming to Türkiye, I believe you are considering to experience a Turkish bath. And in the city, at every corner of Istanbul, you will see there is a bath. We call them hammams. Maybe some of you call it hammam also. Turkish baths or hammams are waiting for you. Right after your hammam experience, I believe you would like to buy something from the hammam. Then there's the question, what can you buy from a hammam? And these are some products you can find in every hammams. Towels, we call them peştemal, bathrobes, maybe Turkish cotton products are very popular, and these bathrobes are very popular in Turkey. And you can find these kind of beautiful robes. And not only this one, there are some of them here with the beautiful traditional patterns. You can find them in these kind of traditional shops, or some small gifts for your family members, some soaps like goat milk, aloe vera, grapeseed, different flavors. By the way, it smells so good. I believe you will love them. So some small gifts or towels, bathrobes, they are waiting for you in this kind of traditional shops.
Of course, you should definitely visit the Grand Bazaar, and you will be amazed by how many shops and how many products they have inside. They have close to 2,500 stores, but outside the Grand Bazaar, there are hundreds, if not thousands of other shops where you can find all kinds of different products. And for example, here in this small boutique shop called Heaven's Door, here they're making handmade pillowcases. These are so thick and warm, and would look beautiful on a nice sofa, right? And you can find handmade kilims and small, more like tribal looking. So in the old city, there are thousands of shops, not just in the Grand Bazaar, but also outside in the neighboring area. And one of the most colorful and visually pleasing things you can buy in Istanbul are these beautiful mosaic lamps. Mosaic lamps from Türkiye are famous worldwide, and these are some of the most authentic home decor items you can buy. They come in many different options. You can have a standalone on a table or even on the ground, or you can have them hanging from the ceiling. So for example, you can have a small, look at this, the size, in comparison to the size of my hand, you can have a small standalone lamp like this, or have a much larger standalone lamp like this to give a really cool vibe to your living room or bedroom. And here you can have bigger chandeliers, even sets like this. Look at this, how many different color and pattern variations. Truly stunning, really beautiful. This store is called Color Lights Collection, and they're not just selling, but they're actually producers. So they make their own lamps in this store, and when you go inside, you can actually see them packaging it. And they also ship worldwide. No matter where you are in the world, they can ship it to you. And of course, we cannot talk about gifts from Türkiye and traditional products without mentioning carpets and rugs, of course. So carpets, handmade rugs have been a part of our culture and tradition for hundreds and hundreds of years. The ancient Turks used to be nomadic tribes. They used to travel with their animals, with their tents, and the main furniture inside the tent was rugs, because you needed to cover the floor every time you open the tent. So they used to travel with their hundreds of carpets and rugs, handmade back in those days. And but not only that, but even later, after moving to a more settled civilization, in museums in today, for example, you can visit the Turkish and Islamic Arts Museum. You will see 600-700 years old carpets hanging from the walls. This has been a part of our tradition for hundreds of years. So in Turkey, every family, every household has a carpet, has at least several carpets, rugs, kilims, runners for the corridors, in the living room, in the bedroom. We sit and talk on the carpet, we lay on the carpet, especially in villages, even today in rural areas, but in the past, used to prepare the table on the carpet and sit down and make a circle and eat around it. And you go to mosque or at home, where do you pray? On the carpet again. So carpet and rugs, these are inseparable furnitures in Turkish culture. So today we are inside of Divan Rugs, this store. I'm with Mr. Rıdvan. He will tell us a little bit about their products as well. What kind of rugs do you have?
We have mostly hand rugs, handmade. And the handmade rugs and carpets, we have 3 different categories. Nuts, made from nuts, embroidery, and we say kilim, are flat woven technique. There's 3 different techniques. And the materials, wool, 100% wool, wool and cotton, and silk and cotton we have.
Okay, and how about the price? What is the price range? I mean,
actually, handmade carpets, you couldn't tell any fixed prices, because it depends of the material, weaving, and it depends of the quantity of the knots. If it's new, if it's old, it's also make a different price. But in Turkey, you can find also for $200, $300 one small carpets handmade. Also, you can find like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 old or big carpets, oversized carpets you can find. For that reason, we couldn't say exactly one price or fixed prices, because each one is unique.
Okay, and let's say, for example, I live here, but let's say I move to America, okay, or I move to Canada, and I want to buy some carpets. How does it work?
We have shipping for all countries. We work with shipping companies, and we make shipping. For that reason, it's easy to reach those carpets.
Okay, so I don't need to carry this, right? You
No,
can just
no shipping, you
send
don't have
it.
to carry.
Okay, so you see, guys, the Turkish traditional carpets, it's not always expensive. You can find reasonable price, but depending on your purchasing power and what kind of products you want, it can range from hundreds to thousands, of course. And you don't even need to carry it with you, as they can ship for you back to your country. So when you come to visit Istanbul and Turkey, even if you're not in the market to buy something, just come and see what this is, because this is one of the most traditional products we have here in Turkey.
All right, have you heard about Backgammon? We came to Spice Bazaar and we are in front of one shop selling backgammon. So this is a very popular game in Türkiye, in Middle East, and one of the oldest games in this geography actually. And this is a luck-based game, but as you see here, there's a backgammon, but it has 2 faces. One face is used for checker, but inside is backgammon, so you play with dice actually. And it's a very popular game in Turkey. In every cafes, when you go in the pubs or shisha houses, you will see backgammons on the table. So we love it. If you like to buy a special gift to your friends who loves table games, this is a good option.
Did you know that Turks are the highest tea consuming nation in the world? Of course, you've definitely heard about Turkish tea. It's very famous. So you're planning on buying some Turkish tea, but here's what you should know. Turkish tea is not brewed like rest of the teas in the world. So you don't just pour water and drink after 2 minutes. Turkish tea needs to be brewed for about 15 minutes. So there are two pots. The bottom pot will have just water and the top pot will have the tea and the water, and it will slowly cook for about 15 minutes. And then you can you add the tea and then you add the water from both of the pots and adjust how dense you want how bitter you want your tea to be in a special Turkish tea glass. Of course, you can drink it from a cup as well. But these tea-related products like Turkish tea, the çaydanlık we call it, this like double Turkish pot for cooking or brewing Turkish tea, and Turkish tea glass is these are products which you can purchase as a gift or a souvenir, or maybe simply just for yourself when visiting Istanbul. You can find Turkish tea in all the big or small, doesn't matter, in every supermarket. Right now we are in this store called Betahan. It's just right outside the Egyptian Bazaar, also known as the Spice Bazaar. So this store produces their own brand, but pretty much everywhere you go in Türkiye, you will find tea being sold in every small or big market. And again, about food, in my opinion, one of the most representative foods that you can buy from Türkiye as a gift is dried figs, dried apricots, and hazelnuts, because Türkiye is the leader producer of all of these goods and many other foods. Türkiye is one of the largest agricultural producers in the world. So when you're visiting Türkiye, apart from desserts and sweets like baklava, Turkish delight, you also have natural fruit options, and this is 100% produced in Türkiye. Türkiye is the largest producer of figs in the world by far, and also hazelnut and cherry and apricots and many other products. So you can find them in as a whole like this, or you can find them sliced up like this, and also dried fruit, dried apricots come in two options as well. So dried apricot looks like this, but when it waits in the sun for longer, it becomes even darker. And there's a small difference in the taste. Some people prefer the lighter ones, some people prefer the darker ones, but they're both good. They're actually the same product. It's just one of them is a bit more darker in color. And now I'll show you one of my favorite Turkish sweets. This is actually an ancient sweet. I learned this recently, that this is one of the oldest sweets in the world. We call it cevizli sucuk, which is sucuk is basically like the word for sausage in Turkish, but because it looks like that, it looks like sucuk, so it kind of looks like a processed meat product, like a sausage or salami, but it's not. This is actually sweet. This is it's a dessert. It's made with pekmez, which is grape molasses, sweet grape molasses, and walnuts. and it's hanging from the ceiling with a rope. So it has a rope. When you eat it, you actually need to remove the rope before you eat it, otherwise you'll end up eating it with the rope as well. It's not too sweet. It's considered a healthier option when you have sweet cravings. So and of course, you've come to Turkey, you should also buy some Turkish coffee. Now, Turkish coffee, there are a lot of different brands, but this is the most recognizable Turkish coffee brand. Everybody in Turkey knows Kuru Kahveci Mehmet Efendi. They sell this in stores, in supermarkets, in the bazaars. But this brand, they have their own store as well. There's one in the old city. You will find one in next to the Spice Bazaar, and we're right now in Sirkeci, right next to the tram station. And here you can buy Turkish coffee in these kind of paper bags. They also have it in like these smaller, so these are like one time. So if you don't drink Turkish coffee very often and you want to make sure it's fresh when you open it, so you can buy them in like these small kind of packs. They also sell them in bigger tin cans, like half a kilo, 1 kilo. You can buy multiple packs, and they also have a set with, you know, the special cezve, which is like the copper pot, which is traditionally used for brewing Turkish coffee, and the coffee cups, which you can also find in many different parts of the city. You can find them in any place that sells kitchenware, potterware. You can find them in the bazaars, Grand Bazaar, Spice Bazaar, inside, outside, and so on. And this is it for today's video, guys. We hope you liked this content. This is our first but not last video about shopping. We'll be soon back with more videos about shopping, food, sightseeing, and useful tips when it comes to visiting Istanbul. And a quick reminder, we don't just make videos, we're also licensed tour guides, and we organize private tours in Istanbul. If you're interested, for this we'll leave a link in the description down below to our website, from which you can contact us. And if you'd like to comment on our next video, if you'd like to give us ideas, share your ideas about what we can shoot next, you can also send us an email or leave a comment in the comment section below. Once again, thank you for watching, and if you like our content, you know what to do. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow us for more useful tips when it comes to visiting Istanbul.